and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to frost some of these bad boys, fresh made cupcakes made from scratch, because I don't believe in boxed cake mixes anymore, because why? They're garbage. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to mix frosting first. You're going to take a lovely bowl of just frosting. It's delicious, just fat and sugar. And you're going to add some of your lovely soft gel paste food color 2222 violet. And you're just going to plop some right in there. If you can get some out, and you're just going to scoop some right in there. There's about that much in there. It's going to be too much, but that's fine, because I think we'll live through it. And you're just going to take it, and you're going to stir it violently until it's the right color you want. Just keep stirring and stirring and stirring until you realize that you put too much violet in there. But that's okay, because you can always add more white frosting to even it out. And who knows, it might just be a really dark violet, and that'll be fine for our purposes. No color is wrong if it can still be used. It may make my tongue purple, but frosting is frosting. So, just gonna keep mixing it, and you can see it's starting to become more purple. It looks a little bit more purple from my end. It doesn't look as purple on the camera because I don't have professional lighting to do this. But that's okay, because we're just gonna keep stirring and stirring and stirring until your hands are covered in frosting coloring, because you're not doing it right if you're not colored in frosting. That's a lie. Lots of good people who are good at decorating cakes can mix frosting without getting colors all over their hands, but I'm clumsy and I don't care that much about it, so it's not that big a deal. So, this is all mixed. A lovely dark violet, which is pretty much what I was hoping for. And we have already mixed a nice orange. Oh boy. And we're going to mix up yellow next. Same philosophy, just easier because it's a smaller amount. And it's not going to wreck your arms quite as much. You know, because that's what you desire. Not ruined arms. And if you did it right, it'll look something like that. A nice sunset yellow orange, which will be nice for a sunset cupcake. Or a rainbow, because we're doing rainbows. And then we have blue already mixed. It's done very nice. There's a perfect amount of blue in there, you can tell. And next, we have green, which I've already poured the dye in. You really only need a couple of drops, but if you want like really vibrant, deep colors, you can add more. Or if you're just overexcited, you can add more as well, because who's not excited about cupcakes? I guess people who can't eat cupcakes, but we can eat cupcakes, so we're making cupcakes. So that's our green, nice and mixed. Nice Kelly green, or a forest green, depending on how you see that. Pretty sure it's forest, don't really know. Alright, and then this one is neon pink. You can tell just a little bit of pink in there. This one should mix up just fine. Ooh, even pinker than I thought. And of course we're using tiny little measuring cups, because it'd be easier to just wash these than wash giant ones that have little frosting, and it'll be easier to get these out of the bag later. Or into a bag. That's my mistake. And that's our pink. Nice, lovely, neon, bright pink for all of the pink lovers out there. And finally, we're going to do our red, which is here. It has no food coloring in it yet, because I have not made it that far. We're just going to spread a lot of it in there, and we're going to mix away. Next, on to filling the bags. Okay. All right, so on to our next step, which is piping bag. This is a piping bag made for frosting. And we got our tip here. An interesting little doodad. And we got these things that hold our tip and the bag in place. What are you going to do? Oh dear. You're going to drop this end into your bag and push it down into the very tip. Like that. Place your tip on top. Like that. And then you screw this little bit on over to make sure the tip stays in place while you're pressing all that frosting down in there to get it to come out the end. And that's what it should look like when you're done. Alright, so you flip over the top of the bag like that and cover your hands so you don't get frosting all over it. And then you just scoop right on in there and you like press all of it down so all of the bubbles won't mess up all of your frosting on your cupcakes. Alright, you got your piping bag filled and you're going to want to squeeze all of it to the bottom to squeeze out any air bubbles. And you're going to want to twist it just to make sure it gets all the way to the tip so some of it's coming out the end. Another quick tip for frosting bags, Pooh, come on man, you can put it in a nice Miller Lite glass or any glass that'll work. So you can just slip the lip over and stick your hand in, because I find that a lot of times it's easier if you're not as steady with your hands, that it's just easier to do this, especially if you're just doing it by yourself. It's a lot easier to do it with the cup instead of just trying to hold your hand and then try to squeeze it in, and then it's easy if you're clumsy too. So that's what I find nice about it, just a quick tip. Alright, and now we get to the fun part, which is decorating cupcakes. So you have your frosting bags, and they're filled with frosting, like they should be, if they're frosting bags. And you got them squished all the way to the bottom. You twisted it. Now you take a cupcake, like that. Using this, you can decorate it however you choose. And you might not be able to see that very well, because I'm bad at using cameras. But the basic gist is take frosting and put it on cupcake. It's not too terribly difficult. A concept in theory. In practice, sometimes it can be more difficult. It's all simply about precision. Another fun tip that I can use, it's funny because like cake tips. You can take the tip of a previously used color, and you can make sort of an ombre effect by just using that color and a different color, and it makes sort of a purpley blue, which is really fun. And it can be, some people don't like that, like my mom doesn't like it when I do that, but I think it's kind of fun, and I think it can make for some really interesting cakes, and I think that sort of another interesting little tidbit that exists in the cake world. Go. Alright, and so for my other thing, I'm going to show you, I'm going to just experiment with any cake tips you like. I really like this cake tip. I just discovered it in my mother's cabinets because I couldn't find my cake tips because they got lost in the move. And this one kind of provides a geometric shape. You can create nice little wavy type deals with it. Nice little wavy pattern. And then you can just keep on adding to that if you'd like, just to make sure all of the holes are filled in. And then on the top, you add another tip. We're going to use this one. And we're going to take this coupler, because it was just right there. And go for like a seashell-like effect. And then just kind of a little wavy type deal. See, it's kind of like a seashell if you squint. Or if you just want to use your imagination. It's so hard not to shake with laughter. if you squint. And now we finally finished all of our cupcake decorating, so I'm going to show it to you, and then we're going to wrap it up. So those are all of our cupcakes. I'm doing this in front-facing camera, so it is impossible for me to figure that out. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something, and if you didn't, please let me know what you didn't learn so I can fix that. Have a good night.